Hello, welcome to STEM with Mr. Duda, and in this series I'm going to be talking about sensors and exactly how they work and the information that they are sending from the sensor to your device. And in this case I'll be showing you through an Arduino. So stick around.
All right, so here we are. This video is about infrared sensors and transmitters. In this case, the transmitter I'm going to be using is the controller for my overhead projector here at school. All devices that communicate with infrared have a receiver on them, and then this is the transmitter. Our eyes can't see infrared. If you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, it's just out of the visible light. But our computer sensors can. So for instance, my camera, when I push the button, is able to see it. It's actually decently nice and bright. And depending on what controller you have, it's going to send out a different signal. I'm not going to get too much into, exactly how these communicate, but each controller is going to have a different type of signal that it's sending out. And you can use the Arduino with an infrared receiver to be able to identify exactly what signal you're receiving. So maybe you want to copy that signal, or you want to just be able to identify different devices. So let's go ahead. I'll show you. This is the excuse me. This is the infrared receiver, and I do have it on my computer. Actually, let me unplug it. So here I have it. It's a nice small, not very big at all. It's got this little dome shape on it, and that's where it's going to receive. Now, hopefully I plugged this back in correctly. When we go to use it, we'll see if it works. It works, okay. So all we have to do is wire it this way. I think this is opposite of the of a few of them, where the signal is actually on pin 1 instead of pin 3. But then it takes 3.3 to 5 volts in, so you can use either one on your Arduino, and then a ground. And what you will end up getting, and let me show you the code really quickly. I believe, let's see, here we go. So here is the code. Let me make that a little bit bigger for you guys. Obviously that's hard to see. I will put the code. In a link below. So hopefully that's a little bit. That's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So here is. Now this is getting ridiculous. So here's the code, okay? Here's the code. And this code does work. It works extremely well. What it's going to do is use a library called irremote.h. I'll include that in the link below. I'll just put everything in a folder for this whole series. It's saying the receive pin is on 11. An LED is on 3. I don't even have that, and I'm not going to show you the physical setup. But basically, it runs this serial port where it's going to receive information from this receiver that it starts, it starts it right there. And then it's going to loop, and it's going to just grab the results. Now, we can ignore this state high, state low. It's supposed to turn on some LED on my Arduino, and in all honesty, I'm not even using that part of it. So I could probably erase that code from it. The important part is it is turning on the receiver. So it's turning on the receiver right here. Then it's going to look at the results. No, this part doesn't matter. And it's going to print the results value. That's the important part. So I could even get rid of this. But I'm gonna keep it in just because that's the original code they gave, and this wouldn't even matter. And I'm sure there's some brackets out of order there and stuff. But basically, start the receiver, and then print the results from the receiver, and then I guess resume. And so when we are looking at this, and let me switch, and hopefully I don't have the same issue I did last time. When I switch, you'll see there are going to be values. Now, when I press this button, my receiver is within range. I'm gonna put it right here. I've got it set up. Okay, I do have a transmitter, but it's not working right now. When I press it, you're going to see there's going to be an LED lighting over here, and it'll also on the screen show you some values. And those are the values from this controller. If I had a different transmitter, which I don't with me, I apologize, different numbers would show up, and that's how we could identify which controller is controlling which. That's it. So you'll see every time I push it, maybe I get that closer. A little LED lights up. I don't know if you can see that LED. Interesting. I can see the LED. Let me try that one more time. There you go. So on this module, it's nice because that LED automatically lights up when it receives an infrared signal. And that's what we've got. All right, so that is the basics of infrared sensors and sort of the information that it receives. Hopefully you learned something. Feel free to subscribe if you would like to, and have a wonderful day, everybody.